Why should voters believe you, and why shouldn't voters believe your opponent?
Who's up first, Matt?
Mr. Murphy.
Okay. I appreciate the question. I'll let the Lieutenant Governor speak for her plan. I don't agree with the premise. Our plan is extremely credible. Again, you have to remind ourselves of the state and the frame here. This is an economy that is wrecked, that's been bankrupted, that's been ravaged over the past 8 years. So, and the only winners have been the big companies and the very wealthiest among us. So all we want to do is build a bridge to get back to investing again in what we used to do naturally, the middle class, and those who dream to get into the middle class. So that's funding public education, meeting our pension obligations so we're a state that folks trust again. And that as we grow our economy, by the way, that's the other problem. Not only are we profoundly unfair at the expense of the middle class, we don't grow. We've left, by any average comparison over the past 8 years, $20 to $50 billion of economic activity on the table. I want to present myself as someone who understands how you grow a sophisticated economy in the 21st century, and that's real revenue to fund the sorts of programs you're asking about.
Ms. Guadagno.
Well, really, quite simply, Phil Murphy can't keep the promises that he's made, and it's been reported that anywhere from $5 billion to $35 billion to $65 billion worth of entitlements have been proposed by the Murphy campaign, and it is simply unrealistic. What we need to do, what I will do as governor, is address the number one problem that is facing people in New Jersey. And you can poll anyone in this room and anybody at home. The number one problem facing all of us is property taxes. So let's deal with the problem that faces them. $1.5 billion is what we estimate it will cost. It will save the average taxpayer $800. That may not be a lot of money to Phil Murphy, a Goldman Sachs multimillionaire, but that's a lot of money to the people in New Jersey who I've met over the last 8 years. They need that help, and they need that help now.
May I say, Matt,
Yes.
Let's make sure we're having a discussion based on facts and evidence and the truth. So you're proving, Lieutenant Governor, along with Governor Christie, that you were Trump before Trump was Trump. The numbers you just referred to as it relates to our plans have no basis in reality. I want to make sure everybody gets that. Number two, your plan's an interesting plan. You've been alongside Governor Christie every step of the way for 2,821 days. If it's such a good idea, where have you been?
May I?
Yes.
In
20
the
seconds.
last time a Goldman Sachs governor ran the state of New Jersey, we had 9.8% unemployment. And when this governor asked me to be his first, I'll start over, please.
Those are your folks.
Well said.
I'm sorry, the seconds are ticking away.
The last time we had a Goldman Sachs governor in charge, we had 9.8% unemployment. This governor asked me to be in charge of one thing, and that is lowering the unemployment rate. Today, our unemployment rate, even though we are the highest taxed state in the country, went from 9 to 4.5% or a little over. We have more people working today in New Jersey than ever in the history of the state of New Jersey.
Ms. Guadagno, we have to move on.